And now it's time. The CEP Newscast.
Hi, I'm John Roney with HCU2 Ironheads. Welcome to this week's edition of CEPN News.
And here's this month's Team Safety Bowl's Area of the Month.
It's taken a few months, but another area has finally replaced PS4 as Area of the Month here at the CEP. HCU2 has been close several times. Now they've been recognized as January's Area of the Month.
We lost it for the first 2 months. We should have won it both months as far as I'm concerned. Okay, we had some little snacks. We didn't quite earn what we needed to earn. And we had a couple of incidents.
But that's in the past now, and the HCU2 Ironheads have taken the next step in order to claim the top spot here at the CEP.
HCU2!
Hydrocracker 2 currently has about 150 employees, and many of those are working through inclement weather in order to get the job done, and done safely. Charlie Rice, Piping Field Engineer Superintendent.
It's not that hard because it's a team effort. Everything goes hand in hand with what we do out there. Good coordination throughout all the supervisors, making the team come together and work together.
Currently, one of the biggest projects within HCU2 is the installation and operation of these huge compressors. Here, like so many other areas in the CEP, there is no room for error.
HCU2, babe. #1.
But really, since construction began 2 years ago, HCU2 has always tried to maintain and emphasize doing the job right and doing it safely.
It starts with our supervisors watching the crew. Starts in the office going out to the supervisors, maintaining it, everybody staying focused on the job task and what they're doing.
Congratulations again to the hard-working and safe crews that have helped HCU2 take over the top area here at the CEP's Team Safety Bowl.
HCU2!
For CEP News, I'm Eric Von Aspern.
And now it's time for another edition of Time Out for Safety.
Hey folks, this is Donna Trueblood with Indirect Safety. I'm coming to you today for another Time Out for Safety. Today we're going to talk about cold-related issues, hazards, and what we're going to do to mitigate those hazards. Cold weather hazards come in different forms. For instance, when you're starting your car in the morning, you want to make sure your visibility is good, you want to make sure your mirrors and windshields are clean, and you want to make sure that you're paying attention when you're coming into work. Headlights, make sure you keep them on at all times on site. This is going to help people see you as well as you see people. Another hazard you need to be aware of is slips, trips, and falls. With all the layered clothing we're wearing during these cold times, it's going to be more difficult to walk and maneuver through the material we're working around. You need to make sure you keep your hands out of your pocket, not walk with them in your pocket. It impairs our ability to balance on uneven ground while we're walking and decreases our reaction time. And if you're wearing hoodies, make sure that you pull them away from your face so you keep your peripheral vision. There's so much equipment and people and vehicles moving around here. You need to make sure that you're aware and you can see all the way around you at all times. Double socks, a lot of us are wearing them. A lot of us are wearing rubber boots. It's going to make it more difficult to walk. Make sure you watch your placement of your feet. As I said before, with the water, you want to make sure that you stay clear of water if you just have leather boots on. Also on your hands, make sure that you keep your hands warm. Know that just with leather gloves on, your hands are going to get numb and you're more susceptible to pinch points because you're not going to be able to feel as well as you would on a warm day. Entering and exiting equipment. First thing in the morning, there's been frost on the ladders. Make sure that you use 3-point contact so that you're not sliding on and off when you're getting in and out of the equipment, as well as ladders when you're entering excavation. Make sure that those ladders are free of slip spots, and if you need to, scrape them off before you get in and out. And finally, when working in high elevations, keep in mind that ice can form on all these structures, the handrails, the walkways, the ladders, and the modules. Make sure you watch your footing as you're walking in these areas, and be your brother's keeper. Watch your neighbor. Once again, this is Donna Trueblood in this edition of Time Out for Safety. Keep it warm and keep it safe.
And here's Team Safety Bowl's Contractor of the Month.
No doubt things are moving on up at the CEP. However, prior to welding the pipes and the pipe racks, before insulation can be installed on vessels, before any vertical work is performed, there has to be a way to get to the work. And that's where Brock comes into play. And for the past 19 months at the CEP, Brock and their 120 employees have constantly been erecting, taking down, moving, adjusting, and designing scaffolding, and doing so with a nearly perfect safety record.
I feel like our work speaks for itself. Our company, our employees are dedicated with what they're doing. They believe in what they're doing, and it shows when we work. It shows in our dedication.
One could make the argument that Brock is really in the tying off business. That's because there's a 100% tie-off mandate, and that's not easy when maneuvering around scaffolding. But there's no choice. Safety is ingrained in Brock's crews. Before tying off, it's signing off on hazard recognition. Before that, a morning meeting discussing potential safety issues.
60 o 80 diferentes compañías, usted era número uno.
Carlos Diaz is the ES&H for Brock.
The environment we're working in is the potential for injuries is out there, very much so. We just gotta, they focus a lot on what they're doing. They do, and the minute they lose focus is when injuries happen, and they make sure that they need to stop and refocus, they do.
Brock has been on site for about 19 months now, and they've had a total of 2 first aids. Both of those were recent. Their overall safety record has been stellar, and that trickles down from management, says Joe Parker, site manager.
Safety's contagious. If, once you get it going, it'll spread throughout your whole organization. Ours starts at the top.
They've always came out with the idea that this project was set up for zero accident, and that became their policy, and they fairly well followed it. At the same time, with that can-do attitude, it's kind of tough not to like working with them.
Generally speaking, scaffold builders must be in good shape. It helps to be strong and to be a good communicator. It also helps to work well with others, and here at the CEP, Brock has continued to do all the above and do so safely. A major reason why Brock is the January Contractor of the Month here at the Crude Expansion Project.